sun came out today, and it called us out to play. And the wind blows chill, only for a moment, then everything stood still. And I could breathe in sunshine, walk without the pain. Breathe in life like we're standing above the clouds, and blue skies without the rain. Someone told us to sit still, because from here on out it's all downhill.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Let's see what's going on here. I've got, let's see. Oh, gotta click on that, gotta click on that, gotta click on that. Turn down the music. Turn down the music. Hello. Turn that down, turn that on. Turn me on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Sharon is on Periscope. And we got Jim over here on Periscope, or we did, I think he popped in there. We've got YouTube. Oh, I didn't turn on YouTube yet. Let's turn on YouTube here. Too many things. Happy Friday, Sharon. How you been? All right, now there's YouTube. Let me click on that for the pop-out chat, and I can just close the YouTube window, and we just focus on the chat. Do live chat. Okay, so that's on. For Facebook today, I'm streaming to my Galaxy Productions page, not my work. Too many buttons. I'm streaming to my Galaxy Productions page and not my Facebook page, but I shared a link to my Facebook page, and we're going to see if anybody actually pops in. Because Facebook is a weird place where, people, they'll see a live thing show up, and then they'll click on it, and then they'll go somewhere else. But if they click on it, it might stay running in the background or something, depending on where you're watching, if you're watching on a computer or you're watching on your phone or whatever. But I think if it's a link to another one, people just don't click on it. Because I've shared links to Periscope, I've shared links to YouTube, I've shared links, and I've just shared this one to my Facebook page, and I doubt anybody's going to watch it. So we're just gonna see. They're just gonna play it by ear. Let's see. Let's change some background images here around a little, and we'll get this thing going. I've got a story to tell. I've got a dad story to tell. It's an old one. I've told it before, but I told the other day. If you missed it, when was it? It wasn't yesterday. I was off yesterday. There's a long story there, but on the 8th, on Wednesday, I told a dad story about how I released my dad's ashes from a helicopter, and the ashes came around and hit me, and I had ashes all over my face. My dad's ashes. It was terrible, but it was funny. So go to Wednesday's replay view and check that story out. Otherwise, I'm going to go start playing some music here. I have no idea what I'm going to play. I'm just going to play something. Work. Let's see. I like the YouTube because you can do things while you watch. Oh, yeah. And, okay, so let's see. Hey, there's a big, giant sparrow behind me. I wonder if his name's Jack. Is that a Jack Sparrow? I don't think there was even a Jack Sparrow back when I had that bird. All right, get back here. May run without the headphones for a little while, just see how the sound works. Check, check. Get my levels in my room so I can see my web. Okay. There's a story about that little bird. If you go to my trip around the country, motorcycle trip around the country, the Great American Adventure, on my website, that bird was in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was in a Kinko's updating my website using the internet there, and right outside, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, right outside, bam, window hit really hard. And the bird hit, and it just kind of fluttered down and it landed in the parking lot. It was just kind of crawling around the parking lot because it was kind of scrambled. So I didn't want to get run over, so I ran out to the parking lot and I picked up the bird and I took it and I pet it for a little while, and it seemed like it was getting okay, so I put it on the back of my motorcycle and eventually flew away. And Sharon is on YouTube now.
Black and cold like the night, standing with arms wide open, I run a twisted line. I'm a stranger in the eyes of the Maker. Could not see for the fall in my life. I could not feel for the fear in my life. From across the great divide, in the distance I see a light. John Baptist walking to me with the Maker. My body is bent and broken by long and dangerous sleep. The fields of Abraham and turn my head away. I'm not a stranger in the hands of the Maker. Brother John, have you seen the homeless daughters standing there with broken wings? I have seen the flaming swords there over east of Eden, burning in the eyes of the Maker. Burning in the eyes of the Maker. sleep. Oh, river, rise from your 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 sleep. Oh, river, rise.
So that was a song called The Maker by Daniel Lanois. Now, what I'm doing here is just, I have no plans. I'm just rolling through my list of songs here. And I actually haven't never played this one. I just realized it popped in. I looked at it today. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I've never even played this one. So let's see if I can do it. I don't seem a very happy. I don't seem a very happy capper today. I'm okay. It's it's Friday, and I'm just a little pooped, a little tired. I've been up all day. I didn't even turn my drums on. My God, what am I going to do? What was I going to do if I had to do a drum thing? The drums weren't on. They weren't ready. I'm not ready. I don't know how this song starts. Not going to get any sympathy from you, Jim.
My eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close, but yet so far. Carried you in books from school, playing make-believe you're married to me. You were 5th grade, I was 6th, when we came to be. Walking home every day, from Baronet Bridge to Bay, till we grew into the me and you, and went our separate ways. My eyes adored you, so I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close, but yet so far. Headed for the city lights, climbed the ladder up to fortune and fame. I worked my fingers to the bone, made myself a name. Funny how it seemed to find that no matter how the years unwind, still I reminisce about the girl I miss and the love I left behind. My eyes adored you, never laid a hand on you, my eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close, but yet so far. My eyes adored you. No, I never laid a hand on you, my eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close, but yet so far.
Okay, I'm not sure about that. So it's only going to get a brief applause. So I got a dad story a little later. I'm going to wait till about 5:30-ish to tell that one. Sharon said, never heard that song before. Before. Let's see, Jim says, well, maybe a little sympathy. Just a little. I appreciate that. There's a freaking bird behind me. All right, so if I play these songs a little bit more, you know, they kind of get a little better. How about some Brian Ferry? Hey, so far I'm doing all M's. I'm sitting here on my list here, and I'm in the M's, so let's just do M's, right? So nobody, as far as I know, nobody's popped in on Facebook yet, so has anybody said anything? No comments, no likes. So like I told everybody, like I said earlier, I normally am streaming live to YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook all at the same time. I usually stream to my personal Facebook page and get a handful of people pop in and out. So today I just went streaming to my Galaxy Productions page that nobody really goes to. And then I shared it over to my personal page. And so far I don't think anybody's watching. I don't know. Can't tell. It says Galaxy Productions is live now. So there's no comments on there. Maybe if I go to the Galaxy Production page, is there anybody actually there typing anything? Because I don't know if that works. I don't know how that works, actually. So let's just pop in there just to see. And I have to scroll way down to get to the beginning of it. So there it is. 22 people reached. Oh, that's the boost to the how many people reach, whatever. So there's no comments on there. Maybe shh. The Galaxy Production page is there. Wow, that's loud. Turn that down. Or turn that off. It's very wow. The one on my personal page just seems a lot slower. Facebook has an annoying way when I click on it, it doesn't do what I want it to do. And every time I click on it, the audio comes in really loud. I can't tell it stop that right away. All right, so anyway, on with it. Oh, look, I got pretty flowers on my shirt. Today I'm wearing a magic shirt. I have a few of these. They all look the same. Well, actually, they don't. They look like whatever I want them to look like. Anybody's here. Now that's class. There you go. Thanks. Thanks, Jim. What is it called? Never heard that song before. What is it called? You're on Facebook. It's working. Just liked it. What was that other song called? I think that you were asking about. It's called "My Eyes Adored You" by Frankie Valli. Of course, I didn't do it quite, just solo guitar. It's not really doing it justice. This is an interesting picture behind me. If it stays right there for a second. Can you tell me which one's the male and which one's the female? Real quick. Which bird is the male? Which one's the female? See if you can tell the difference. It's not a sexual thing. Don't squabble at me. All right. Let's go on. Let's go on. None of these shenanigans. Alan says, what? What'd you say, Alan? Alan G. I can't tell what that is. Anyway. All right, let's go back. Let's go.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. The tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I want to drown my sorrow. no tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Enlarge your world. Mad world. sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so that was extended version of Mad World by Gary Jules, but originally by Tears for Fears, if anybody remembers that. Did anybody happen to notice that picture behind me just a little while ago? Stop this, and let's take me out of the picture. Hey, stop doing that. Get back to the previous picture and pause. Okay, so that was my studio in Virginia. Let's see what we have here. What we have here, let's see. We still have. Let me put myself back in the picture. Boing. And now let me shrink myself. This is the fun and the magic of all this crazy shenanigans. Shrink myself down into a little bit smaller piece of me, and let's stick me down here in the corner. Actually, I'm gonna put me right in the middle. There we go. Maybe I'm a little too small, but anyway, let's see. Over here, right there, there's these pads here. Hold on. These little pads here are actually my drum set. my electronic drum set, my Roland drum set that I've had for a long time. Let's see, when was this picture taken? This was in 1997, 1998. Yeah. Okay, so there's all kinds of acoustic foam on the wall, so sound acoustic foam. Let's see, the keyboard on the very top, I believe. Let's see. I still have all those keyboards. I still have, I think, a lot of the stuff that's on that rack. Because musicians don't get rid of anything as far, most of the musicians I know. Let's zoom in on stuff here. Okay, I do actually still have those freaking scroll wheel, Logitech scroll wheels mouse, but I don't use those anymore. Actually, there's one sitting. There is one connected to the looping computer. I hardly ever use it because anyway. Keyboards are gone a long time ago. Let's scroll around here. So there's the back of the pads for the Roland drum kit. Electronic drums. The computer monitors. Look at these old CRT monitors. Yes, 2 computers. There's an old Canon printer. There's an old CRT video monitor, analog monitor. Took RCA jacks. Oh look, there's an actual telephone. It's a cordless telephone sitting on top of there.
Hey, somebody just called me a shorty. Larry, that's it. That's it, buddy. You're getting in the bad corner.
There's let's see, okay, the little blue box right above my head, right there. That blue box was, I used that years ago. I built that to switch back and forth audio from one input to another, and then I converted it later for video, and I was switching back and forth from different video inputs for a while. So that was fun. Let's see, the top of there is an old, I think that was an old Alesis mixing board, 16 channel. It's been replaced twice. Yeah, somebody said printer. Yeah, that's an old Canon it's a Canon inkjet printer. Canon 600. So yeah. So there in the next there's a MIDI verb, Alesis MIDI verb right here, which was one of the really cool effects processors for doing reverb and digital effects. And right above that is a Digitech effects box that I do still have that one somewhere in the closet, but it doesn't work very well. Let's see, the keyboard on the very top there was oh wow, that one's an old Yamaha cheapy keyboard. Nope. That, okay, the one on the top is a Kawai K12. That's actually on the other side of the room. I still use it every once in a while. That's the Yamaha keyboard there. That flute I had from the 5th grade, and that is still my main flute. Let's see, is that this one still? Wow, some stuff's faded on this one. Oh no, this is a different one. That flute right there is on the. No, this is Yamaha. Yeah, this is my Yamaha flute that I've had since 5th grade, since I was 11 years old. I'm not going to tell you how old that thing is. I actually, about that time, about 1998, I had it repadded and reworked. It cost me more than the flute cost originally. I wanted to play the flute in band. Sharon was actually talking about the flute just a little while ago. She said it was the first instrument she learned to play. It was my first instrument too. Yes, old computer monitors. Oh, and she asked about the blue thing. Yeah, the switch box. That blue thing I think I threw away a long time ago, but you can see it. I used it in some of my very first video live streaming in 2008. That's when I converted it to switching video. So let's see, the flute, when I was in the 5th grade, I joined band, and my parents wouldn't buy me an instrument, and I went about halfway through the year. The band director told me he was going to kick me out of, or or make me leave band. I finally got a flute. I worked on farms hauling hay and doing other stuff, shoveling manure and stuff to buy my flute. $172. I bought it on layaway, which took me a while to get it. So then the bottom keyboard there is the Korg that I have on the other side of the room, and then this little bitty keyboard here is a Yamaha DX 100. Not to be confused with the DX7, but it's a DX 100. It's a baby brother to that, and it's got little baby keys. So let's reset that. Oh yeah, we didn't go down here to this stuff in the bottom of the rack. See what's in here? Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's a VCR right above that. The thing that's right behind my head is a Tascam 8-track tape recorder for recording analog tape. You could use, it was called a sync cassette. You could use a regular cassette and it would record 8 tracks on one cassette. The cassette moved a lot faster and it had staggered heads so it didn't get feedback. And that was kind of cool. Right below that, right above my head there, is a 4-track cassette recorder. Yeah, that's a 4-track. Let's see, there's a equalizer there. Oh yeah, and the amplifier there. And right above that, I forget what that thing was. What was that thing right above that? It was some kind of audio switch box. So anyway, so that was my studio back in 1998. Before everything was going digital, I was doing all that stuff analog. Jim says, "What's a VCR?" It's that thing that blinks when the power goes out. That thing you never knew you had for years, and all of a sudden the power blinks off and on, and then there's a thing blinking. That's what that was. And now my studio is a little different, but the electronic drum kit is still here, and well, and all those keyboards are still here. The Yamaha keyboard in the middle there, that one actually, PSR 36, it was just one of those cheapy ones, but it had all kinds of cool things on it. That one actually got donated to a friend's kids. So anyway, and you don't see a lot in my guitars in this picture. All right, so where were we? Oh, we're going to tell a dad story. Oh, it's past time for the dad story. I think I'll do a song, and then I'll do the dad, and then I'll tell the dad story. First, I've got to blow myself back up. Where am I? That's good. Whew. You didn't see the 8-track. The 8-track player was it's not to be confused by the old 8-track that you plug in. They call them 8-track recorders for studio stuff. Tascam sold a lot of different models that it would record 8 different tracks at a time. So it's not like one of the old 8-track players. So my buddy that I haven't seen in a long time, Gary, is in the room. So how have you been, Gary? Gary Smith. Feel free to chat. Somebody requested Cat Stevens. So let me do a Cat Stevens song. Sorry about that. I was preoccupied with stupidity. You know, if you watch my show, that's what happens. Stupidity. Let's go down here. Okay. Change this thing. Now that I've lost everything to you, you say you want to start something new, and it's breaking my heart you're leaving. Maybe I'm grieving, but
if you want to leave, take good care. Hope you have a lot of nice things to wear. Then again, a lot of nice things turn bad out there. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you like a child girl. You know, I've seen a lot of what this world can do, and it's breaking my heart in two, 'cause I never want to see you sad, girl. Don't be a bad girl. But if you want to leave, take good care. Hope you make a lot of nice friends out there. Just remember there's a lot of bad, and beware. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you like a child girl. La 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 la. Baby, I love you, but if you want to leave, take good care. Hope you make a lot of nice friends out there. Just remember there's a lot of bad, and beware. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile. Baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you like a child girl. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you like a child girl.
Okie dokie, now let's see if I can open up a folder and share pictures of my dad. Because this is a dad story. Brian used to watch my show, and he used to love the dad stories, and someone heard my dad's story 2 days ago when I was talking about how I spread my dad's ashes after he passed away. I spread his ashes out of a helicopter and ended up wearing all the ashes. And I was standing on the edge of a helicopter several thousand feet above a mountain. A hill, or well, it was a mountain. You can call it a mountain. It wasn't like snow-covered mountain, but it was a mountain. It was mountains up in Oregon. And yeah, I almost fell out of a helicopter. So catch that story. Watch the replay on Wednesday. Gary's in the OC, Ocean City, Oceanside, Orange County. Sorry. Great seeing you. Now living near you. Yeah, well, you were out here a few times, but and didn't hear anything from you for a while. So, what were you doing? You were hiding or something? Yeah, I'm just joshing you, even though my name's not Josh. Can you really josh? Can you josh somebody if you're not really a Josh? Because if you're doing an imitation of Josh, you have to do it really well. Otherwise, people are not knowing. They don't know you're joshing them. If you say, I'm joshing you, and your name's not Josh, you better do a good impersonation of Josh. Otherwise, Josh is going to get pissed. Josh is going to walk in the room and go, "What the hell are you doing?" There's another dad story. My dad had a friend named John, and John was what? I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but what is the proper term for a hair lip? A cleft. My dad used to call him a hair lip, and John talked like this, and my dad was making fun of him one day, and the guy walked in behind him while my dad was making fun of him, and it was like, there you go, there's karma, you bonehead. So John had came over one day, and he walked into the shop, and my dad had just poured new concrete in the shop. It was kind of a new thing. He was working on cars. And they just poured concrete in the shop, and John came in, and he walks in the door and goes, "Jesus Christ, this looks really nice." And my dad there was a bunch of guys in the shop, and my dad was telling the story about John walking in, and he was impersonating him right as John was like standing at the door, walking in the door, and he's like, "God damn it, everybody's making fun of me here too." He left, but they made up later, but it was brutal. So yeah, that was one of my dad's incidents. He was always clowning around and joking, and got himself caught quite a few times. Somebody said, "Where's the beer?" The beer? Well, everybody kick back, grab your own beer, and let me tell you a story about my dad. This was one of the fun stories. See if I can plunk around on the piano while I'm telling the story. No, don't laugh yet. It's not really funny yet. Let's see. I was going to find a picture of my dad so people can get a reference point, right? So let's go to photos. Oh, now. Okay, can you... Hard drive, come on. Wake up. And there's favorites. Where's that folder with all my dad's pictures? There you go. Just when I think I got everything covered. Or we're just going to talk about him, and we're going to talk about him another time. Or do something. Let's see. La 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 la. Family photos. Okay, so here's a folder of family photos. I'm going to browse through here while I'm telling the story. See if he's in there somewhere. My dad was a little bit extreme, a little bit different. There's a picture of him. Let's go to the desktop capture. And let's get me out of here. That's my dad on the right. I don't know what he was doing, but I was always laughing about something. That's him right there. That was him. Let's see. More pictures of him scattered around in here somewhere. It's like he's playing with my cousin Chris there. Always clowning around. That's my dad's niece, but almost like a sister, Shirley, there on the left. So, my dad was, like I said, a little different. So let's go put him right there, and we're going to put me over here. Can you see a resemblance? Shrink me down a little bit more. Put me down. Put me over here in the corner. Hey, wait a minute. Nobody puts baby in the corner. So, let's see. Let's see where to start this. Okay, so my dad was always wheeling and dealing, finding different things to do. So he found a boat, an old trashed out boat out in the middle of a field, and he's like, I could do something with that boat. So he went to the owners of this property and said, hey, can I take that boat? And they're like, oh my God, yes, please. It was trashed. I mean, all fell apart. Been out there for years. It was a pretty big boat. I think there's a picture of it somewhere. I'm going to have to find that picture. But here we go. My dad drags this boat home. He had borrowed a trailer from someone. He drags this piece of junk home. And then we start cutting pieces off of it. And we start cutting things, and I'm helping him, right? I'm a teenager. He's cutting things apart. He's patching up holes because the hull was just all like trash. So he's doing fiberglass stuff on the hulls. And my dad was very creative and was very, very good craftsman. So as he's doing all this, we painted it, we got it all together, and the boat was just fantastic. But my dad was a little cheap. Well, okay, my dad was really cheap. So we got the boat was free. All the other stuff he got, I think probably a 5-finger discount. 3 fingers, they call it, I don't think he had to pay for all the materials that we used. So we get the boat all together, and if you don't know very much about an outboard motor boat, there's a lot of torque in them because the motor and the shaft are turning a certain way. So the motor, once you put it in the water, it wants to pull to one side. So that's why if you look at a lot of boats, there's a pulley system in the back for the steering. So there's these pulleys and springs and stuff in the back, and then there's a cable. And there's a special boat cable. It's like a metal cable that's covered with plastic. And that goes around to the steering mechanism and then back to the motor and everything. So that's all great and everything. But my dad was cheap, so he didn't want to buy the right cable. And he thought to himself, it's just the same thing as a clothesline, right? Which a clothesline is just a cable inside plastic coating, and there you go. So he bought a bunch of clothesline. You see where this is going? We take the boat out to the lake up in Oregon. I think it wasn't Green Peter, it was Detroit Lake, I think it was. And we go for this drive all the way out to the lake. It's a big lake up in the mountains in Oregon. Beautiful, beautiful scenery, trees and stuff. Cold water, but beautiful, beautiful area. So we get out there and we get in the boat, and we get the boat out in the water. I'm in the boat waiting for him to get back from parking the truck, and then he comes down. We get in the boat and we tool out. We just take off across into the water, and he's being really conservative about it. He's putting around and we putting around, and we get way out there out in the lake. And then he decides he's going to open up the throttle. He opens up the throttle, and we're like, woo! He gets pushed back, and everything's going great. Wind's in my hair, and we're going across this lake in this big boat and everything, and all of a sudden that cable snapped. Now, what happens when the cable snaps is the boat motor, with all that torque, decides it's just going to jerk to one side. So it jerks, looking from the back of the boat, it jerks to the right, slams to the right. So the boat immediately just almost dives in the water, but it does this dump in the water and starts turning to the left like that on a dime. I fell over, and as I fell over, I saw my dad go over the side of the boat. Off the side of the boat. He's gone. I climb up, and I'm thinking to myself, the boat's going in circles, and as the boat goes in a circle, it's going to run over my dad, right? So I go in panic mode, right? So I get up and I go over to where the steering wheel is, and I look, and my dad's hand is actually still gripped on the steering wheel, and he's hanging over the side of the boat with his hand on the steering wheel on the outside of the boat. His hand had slipped down, and then he's grabbing the frame of the boat right next to the steering. And he's hanging onto the side of the boat. And I immediately look over the side, and my dad is bouncing in the water. He's on his back, hanging onto the boat with one hand, and bouncing and flailing in the water, going, "Turn off the boat." He's bouncing in the water. And so I dove back over to the throttle, and right as soon as I reached for the throttle, that's when I came to the realization, learned a lot of things about myself that day, and I realized I am not a good person. Deep down inside, I have a deep evil streak. Because as I dove back into the boat and went to turn off the throttle, I paused. And I looked over to the side of the boat again, and I yelled at him, "Are you okay?" He's still bouncing on the water, going, "Turn off the boat." Okay, so I finally, reached and turned the throttle off. And he's like, "What took you so long?" I'm like, "I don't know, Dad. I was having a hard time balancing. Boat was going in circles. I don't know, Dad. I'm gonna go to hell for that." All right, let's play something. Oh, it's after 6. Female on left, nagging, bored, LOP. My aunt on the left. I always called her my Aunt Shirley, but yeah, that was Chris was Shirley's brother Jerry's son. So yeah, Dad was horsing around with Jerry. But yeah, that was my dad's look. That was pretty common. That's my dad in the upper left there. Yep, he was laughing. That's my grandma on the right. She was 100. I think she was 100 years old in that picture, or close to it. She got to be 103. Oh, what the? Everybody's like, "Okay, where's your grandmother?" I don't see anything because my big fat head's in the way. And yeah, that was Shirley and Jerry there on the left. It was my dad's niece and nephew, but they grew up with my dad because their parents died at an early age. I will share more pictures as I figure out where they are, but here's one of my dad when he was like 2 years old. Living in a log cabin in Montana. I actually used that picture. I was going to use it for an album of compilation songs, and I was going to call it "It's Sound in Here." He seems to be pointing in his ear. It is sound in here, which it was never. It was never really sound in my dad's head. All right, so let's put myself back right in the middle. Let's go. Excuse me. Sorry. All right, push this button. Push that button. Do this thing. Do that thing. Click on these. Click on those. Put this there. Put those there. Do this and go. Let's make up something. Now, is that timing right? It's slightly off. right, everybody. I'm done making all this racket for today. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much. Where's the title? Leave that off. Turn that off. And put the titles up there. Reset that. Restart that. Put that over there. Wherever you are on the planet, I hope you have a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Peace, love, and harmony. Hey, if you want to watch any replay videos, like the one Wednesday where I tell a story about my dad's ashes, go to YouTube or Periscope. And if you want to go check out my website where I have all kinds of pictures and all kinds of stuff, go to DannyGally.com or Galaxy.net. Galaxy.net, there's all kinds of crazy stuff there. If you want to follow me on social media, go to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Mostly Facebook. That's where I'm spend most of my time. Where's that? Turn that down there. Turn that. If you want to buy some music, go to Reverb Nation or Bandcamp. Go to one of those links right there. Anyways, just come back here. I'll probably be here on Monday doing something silly. Let's find a good picture to stop on. Nah, none of those. Get rid of that guy's face. Let's go to... Okay, I like that one. Let's do that one. Finish on that one. Alright, everybody have a wonderful evening. Thanks for coming by.